Hey, people and others, it's me. I'm not going to be before you long. Um, but I wanted to talk very briefly about the importance of having yourself together before you get into a relationship with someone else. Now, when I say have yourself together, often the mentality is that of have yourself some good credit, have a stash, have a job. It's always something that's real tangible. And the problem I have with that is all of that tangible stuff is fleeting. I mean, money can be spent, cars depreciate, homes burn the hell down. And nevertheless, it's always this focus about what a man needs to have for his woman, and he has to be a provider, and the woman needs to be a helpmate. And, I'm not going to try to attack the stereotypical gender roles and, all of that good stuff. What I want people to understand is I think it's best to try to be everything you want in a relationship before you get into that relationship with someone. Like, if I were a single woman, I'd just sit here and be like, you know what, Tam? I want a man to make a whole lot of money. Want a man with all the good credit, a nice stash, new truck, nice house, run down the litany of stereotypical things people want. And people would probably say to me, girl, you right, because I don't want no deadbeat Negro. I'm not for a builder bastard. I want my man to come already put together. Now, very seldom will any of these friends say, Tam, you don't have a job. Your credit is poo. Your bank account is negative. I mean, every number got parentheses around it. While you do have a very nice vehicle, I mean, you got an Uber to pay the note on it. So why don't you get yourself together before you start requesting that your man have all of these things? But as a woman, for me to request the man be a provider and be all these wicked, awesome things, it's almost expected that the man should be all of these things. And, that's fine. Because there are men out there who have all of that, and that's cool. But then if a man turns around and says, I have all of these wonderful tangible things, I got good credit, all the money and all the accoutrements, and my woman's gonna have to have equal value to me, depending on who he's talking to, he might be seen as a jerk. I personally would say that's fine. That's actually understandable. Because if this man has all this, has worked hard to establish all these things, why shouldn't he have a woman who works, who has something similar to him? And same thing if a woman is highly successful, very active in her career, travels, has everything, and then some. What's wrong with her saying, I'm sorry, I got to have a brother with equal value? See, all of that is not really, focused on. But even in these, you need to have A through E conversations. I'm not, very often, I don't hear anybody mention anything about counseling. Until you're getting ready to get married, you go to premarital counseling, and pastor asks you 10 questions, you do some worksheets, you hold hands, you do a trust fall, and pray don't nobody die. But I think as a black woman, especially one in the South, a lot of value is placed on the church. No shade on the church. Church is pretty cool. Ain't been in a while. It's pretty cool though. But I wish we would talk about therapy. I wish we could talk about, okay, well, once I'm ready, if we have a friend who's ready to get back out there and date, or, if the person is recovering from a divorce, bad breakup, or just never really got into anything serious, why don't we ever suggest to that friend, you should go to a few sessions of counseling and rap with someone, neutral, who gets paid good money to tell you if you're losing your mind or not. We need to really focus on that. I mean, it's just so many things that I mean, everything is focused on gender roles and tangibilities. And I'm like, yo, like if you get with the right person, yes, y'all can build and grow together. I mean, there's no rule that says two broke folks can get together and eventually become two unbroke folks. I mean, it's very possible to pull through, but I just want us to really talk to each other and be real with each other about therapy. I've gone to therapy. Now I'm just crazy as hell instead of crazy as cat shit. It works. You should check into it. But, jokes aside, going to therapy, it helps you deal with a lot of issues that you may have suppressed or a lot of things that you didn't think were that big a deal. Um, and I think you need to go before you get into a relationship with someone. Even if you're 5 years out of a breakup, go talk to a therapist and find out from him or her how can you strengthen yourself to be better than you were to the last person. If the breakup was your fault, then find out what you can do to prevent what you've done from happening again. Ooh, it's falling. If the relationship's breakup was the other person's fault, then you still need to find out, okay, well, once this person started to be all of these things, why didn't I end it then? Still got to deal with it. Whether it's good, bad, ugly, black, white, up, down, you need to address what you could do to make the next relationship better on your end. Is that such a, irrational, irregular thing to ask? We'll tell somebody they need to go to church. We'll tell them they need to read the Bible. We'll tell them all of this. But do we have a business card for some therapists? If you got Signal, you go to mysignal.com and register for your account, get set up, and find out who's in the area that you want. Go sit down and have a chat with them. Most companies have employee assistance program that allows you anywhere between 6 or 8 free sessions with the therapist. Like a people help or whatever. I just want us to stop making all the focus and fuss be on material possessions and make it more so about you as a whole person. And to be whole is mental, in my opinion. I could be a multi-millionaire. I could have a PhD. I could have the credit that's in the green instead of the orange red. I could have all the things and still not be what is anything considered dateable, if there's such a thing. And even if I decide, what, I don't even want to be in a relationship, would it be by myself? I want to drink all the drinks by myself. I want to sleep in the whole bed like a cat. Okay, well, go to therapy and deal with why you want to be by yourself. Don't mean there's anything wrong. Address those issues. You might find out after talking to somebody, I'm okay with being by myself, but I would like somebody. I just need to reevaluate what it is that I want in a relationship. See how it works? Therapy is good, children. And I need y'all to do me a solid and start to share with people the importance of therapy. Go to counseling. Talk to people. I think, honestly, if reality TV folks more than went to therapy, instead of having Auntie Yonla fix their lives after they burnt down 3 houses and shot 4 people, I first of all think TV would be very boring. But it's for real. Talk to somebody. Get a counselor. As best friends, we're going to always ride for our friends, and we're going to be honest with you. But sometimes you just need an outsider, a good sworn to secrecy, or you'll sue outsider that can help you deal with yourself. So you got a friend going through a crazy breakup and they laid in the floor. Lay down on the floor with them, talk to them, help them through it, but then say, okay, you need to go to counseling. You need to go to therapy. You need to come off of Facebook because you putting up all these I'm finna run in front of a train statuses. Just to let you know, a lot of people want you to go ahead and run in front of the train. You know. But nonetheless, we need to focus on mental health and getting our emotions in check. And then we can start having the who needs to be what and how to whom speech. Because if you got yourself together, you're not going to look to another person to be what you need, because you're going to already have it. Okay? So go see a therapist, go to counseling, get yourself some help. You know, if you need to cry on the floor, they got all kinds of nice floors for you to cry on. For a whole hour, they'll give you all kinds of good soft tissue. You know, beware of somebody to give you off-brand tissue, because that hurts. That burns your eyes. But, you know, go get yourself checked out. There's nothing wrong with it. We're finally getting y'all sap tappers to go to the doctor to make sure you're not dying of something that's, you know, you don't have to die from. But let's focus on going to some counselors, okay?